Foreign direct investment in Iran has been hindered by unfavorable or complex operating requirements and by international sanctions. Although in the early 2000s the Iranian government liberalized investment regulations, Iran ranks 62nd in the World Economic Forum's 2011 analysis of the global competitiveness of 142 countries. In 2010, Iran ranked 6th globally in attracting foreign investments. Foreign investors have concentrated their activity in a few sectors of the economy: the oil and gas industries, vehicle manufacture, copper mining, petrochemicals, foods, and pharmaceuticals. Iran absorbed $24.3 billion of foreign investment from 1993 to 2007 and $34.6 billion for 485 projects from 1992 to 2009. Opening Iran's marketplace to foreign investment could also be a boon to competitive multinational firms operating in a variety of manufacturing and service sectors, worth $600 billion to $800 billion in new investment opportunities over the next decade. Fdi Statistics Countries firms from over 50 countries have invested in Iran in the past 16 years, with Asia and Europe receiving the largest share, as follows. The largest amount of foreign investment was in the industrial sector, including food and beverage, tobacco, textiles, clothing, leather, chemical, steel and oil derivatives. The figure exceeded $8.76 billion. Water, electricity and gas sector ranked second, attracting $874.83 million. In the third place, the real estate sector absorbed more than $406 million. Investments in service, telecommunication, transportation and mines reached $193 million, $14.3 million and $14.2 million respectively. Asian countries invested $7.666 billion in various projects, followed by several multinational consortia. Investments by these multinational companies exceeded $1.39 billion. Although European entrepreneurs were involved in 34 projects, they invested only in the range of $1.2 billion in the Islamic Republic. American countries also committed $12.329 million in the country, while investments by African states registered close to $4 million. Stock of FDI in Iran equaled $16.82 billion and $2.075 billion according to the World Factbook Statistics in 2010. According to the United Nations Conference on Trade and Development, foreign direct investment in Iran hit a new record in 2010 and surpassed $3.6 billion despite sanctions imposed on the Islamic Republic. The EEIU estimates that Iran's net FDI flow will rise by 100% within the next 4 years. The Economist estimates that FDI in Iran was $1.4 billion in 2011, down from $3.2 billion in 2010. The report forecasts this figure for 2012 to fall to $1.25 billion, but increase again for the next 3 years and to reach $1.8 billion in 2015. The government of Iran says planned FDI in 2011 was $4.3 billion and planned FDI will reach $8-10 billion in 2012-13. However, UNCTAD later reported that FDI inflow in Iran was $3.05 billion in 2013, while Iran's FDI in other countries was $380 million. Bushehr and Khuzestan provinces enjoy the highest volume of foreign investment, which mostly goes for oil and gas sectors. In 2012, provinces of Fars, Gilan, Tehran, Kerman, Mazandaran and West Azerbaijan ranked 1st to 6th place in attracting foreign investment in the country. According to the government of Iran, Iran needs up to $300 billion in foreign direct investment to meet the objectives of its 5-year economic development plan, and reach 8% economic growth rate. Turning to Vision 2025. The plan has set an investment target of $3.7 trillion within 2 decades, of which $1.3 trillion should be in the form of foreign investment companies. The Organization for Investment, Economic and Technical Assistance of Iran is responsible for receiving and processing all foreign investment applications. OIETAI is also responsible for approving overseas Iranian investments. In other words, the organization is in charge of consolidating and implementing two-way foreign investment flows. According to Iranian President Rouhani, cooperation with Iran is on the condition that foreign companies participate in joint investments, technology programs, and exporting from Iran. As of 2012, 400 foreign companies are directly investing in Iran. Among developed nations, the most active investors have been German, Norwegian, British, French, Japanese, Russian, South Korean, Swedish, and Swiss companies. The Swedish Svedala industry has played a major role in developing Iran's copper mines since the late 1990s, while Tata Steel of India has been investing in the steel sector. The Kia, Nissan, Peugeot, and Renault of France auto companies have licensing agreements with Iranian auto manufacturers. Danone of France, Nestlé of Switzerland, and Coca-Cola and Pepsi-Cola of the United States have joint ventures with Iranian companies. Total, Statoil, Shell, Gazprom, and Lucky Gold Star of South Korea have been active in Iran's natural gas industry. Iran's constitution prohibits direct concession of petroleum rights to foreign investors. Alcatel of France, Mountain Group of South Africa, and Siemens of Germany gained major telecommunications contracts in 2004 and 2005, respectively. The international companies are drawn by what could become the largest market in the Middle East, with nearly 80 million people, a majority of whom are under 30, well-educated and tech-savvy, and by the country's energy potential. Iran has the fourth largest proven oil reserves and second largest proven gas reserves in the world. Wall Street Journal frontmen in 2015. The Economist and The Wall Street Journal reported American companies are using local frontmen to seal deals in Iran. In the oil and banking business, some prime contracts have already been signed while Iran is still under international sanctions. Boeing, Microsoft, Siemens, BP, Chevron, Gazprom, Eni, Samsung, Renault, Peugeot, GM are also returning to Iran. Economic profile. Business environment. According to United Nations Conference on Trade and Development, Iran ranked 6th globally in 2010 in attracting foreign investments. According to the head of the Organization for Investment, Economic and Technical Assistance of Iran, in 2008 Iran ranked 142 among 181 countries in terms of working conditions last year. Iran stands 96 in terms of business start, 165 in getting permits, 147 in employment, 147 in registering assets, 84 in getting credits, 164 in legal support for investments, 104 in tax payment, 142 in overseas trade, 56 in feasibility of contracts, and 107 in bankruptcy. Iran is a member of the World Bank's Multilateral Investment Guarantee Agency. Iran ranks 69th out of 139 in Global Competitiveness Report. Iran has more than 50 signed bilateral investment treaties with other countries. Natural resources. Iran is OPEC's second largest oil producer. It has approximately 9% of world oil reserves. It has the second largest reserves of natural gas in the world at some 812 trillion cubic feet. Iran is considered an energy superpower. Iran also possesses enormous mineral resources, including coal, copper, iron, zinc and gold. This has spawned a number of processing industries, particularly steel. Iran is already the third largest producer of copper in the world. Competitive advantages. Iran has made the development of non-oil exports a priority. The country has the advantage of a broad domestic industrial base, technology and educated and motivated workforce, cheap labor and energy resources, and geographical location, which gives it access to an estimated population of some 300 million people in Caspian markets, Persian Gulf states and countries further east. Iran has the consumer potential of Turkey, the oil reserves of Saudi Arabia, the natural gas reserves of Russia, and the mineral reserves of Australia. Iran's area roughly equals that of the United Kingdom, France, Spain, and Germany combined. Iran has a diverse climate which makes it suitable for a wide range of agricultural products. Laws concerning foreign companies. Generally speaking, Iran has two types of laws concerning foreign companies. The first are laws that address issues concerning foreign companies directly, such as the Foreign Investment Promotion and Protection Act, and the second are general laws of which certain articles or bylaws address foreign companies. For instance, the taxation law and the labor law. Iran's environment is protected by laws, and the Department of the Environment is in charge of evaluating the impact of the projects and their monitoring. General laws and regulations regarding foreign business in Iran could be regrouped under the following categories. Contract work. A foreign company is allowed to be involved in contractual work in Iran. Such work may be performed either directly by the foreign company or through a registered branch in Iran. Branch offices in Iran do not have the separate legal status enjoyed by LLCs, and the parent company is responsible for the actions of the branch office. For legal and tax purposes, opening a representative office in Iran, by itself, is not considered foreign direct investment. Establishing and setting up a legal presence in the Iranian market requires a local advisor who can provide a step-by-step advisory service regarding incorporation, office rental, recruitment, staff, business contracts, customs, and the laws in general. Direct sales. Most foreign companies are involved in direct sales to Iranian customers through letters of credit and, occasionally on the basis of usance. Investments. In accordance with the terms of the Foreign Investment Promotion and Protection Act, foreign companies may invest in newly established factories and industries. Foreign companies are allowed to own 100% of the businesses in the free economic zones. Investment by natural persons of foreign nationality. In 2006, Iranian citizens abroad net worth was $1.3 trillion. As of 2012, 20% of FDI in Iran is made by Iranians abroad. In 2000, the Iran Press Service reported that Iranian expatriates had invested between $200 and $400 billion in the United States, Europe, and China, but almost nothing in Iran. In Dubai, Iranian expatriates have invested an estimated $200 billion. According to the Civil Code, foreign nationals will, subject to the existence of a treaty on reciprocity, enjoy the same rights and privileges of Iranians. The companies formed by such foreign nationals will be of Iranian nationality and subject to the same laws which regulate the activities of Iranian companies. Foreign investment. In the framework of the Commercial Code, the Iranian Commercial Code is divided into four parts. Merchant and trade activities, trade companies, negotiable instruments, contracts, and bankruptcy. Foreign nationals can, in the framework of the Commercial Code and subject to the observance of the relevant procedures, form and register companies in Iran. Iran's Commercial Code does not differentiate between Iranian and foreign stockholders of Iranian companies. In other words, there is no restriction regarding the nationality of those who want to establish companies in Iran. In this context, foreign exchange restrictions are equally applied to Iranian and foreign investors. Such companies, however, do not enjoy the privileges set out in FIPPA. There are 7 types of juridical entity or company which can be established under the Iranian Commercial Code as follows. Joint stock company may be either a public company or a private company. Limited liability company. General partnership. Limited partnership. Joint stock partnership. Proportional liability partnership. Manufacturing, consumer cooperative. From among all these different types, joint stock company, in which the capital is divided by shares, is the most common and acceptable type of company which can be recommended to foreign investors. FIPPA provisions of the 2002 Act entitled Foreign Investment Promotion and Protection Act include allowing foreign investment in all sectors open to Iranian private companies. A review of the definition of foreign investor to include Iranian expatriates provided that their investment capital originates from abroad, allowing repatriation of local sales-related profits in addition to export-related profits in hard currency at the current official exchange rate. Fair compensation in case of nationalization. If an act of the government disrupts the business activity, the government will be under obligation to make payments for any loan installments that are due on behalf of the project company. FIPPA allows for international arbitration in legal disputes. There are 2 major arbitral institutions in Iran: the Tehran Regional Arbitration Center and the Arbitration Center of the Tehran Commercial Chamber. The establishment of a maximum 45-day period for the processing of individual foreign investment applications. For the first time, project financing schemes such as buyback agreements and bot projects are specifically covered under the foreign investment law. Under the FIPPA, any foreign natural or legal person importing capital in Iran will enjoy the benefits and privileges of this law as long as the investment leads to economic growth, promotes technology, promotes quality of products, increases employment opportunities, increases exports and entering the international markets. The investment does not jeopardize national security and public interests or harm the environment or interrupt national economy or disrupt products of domestic investments. The investment does not involve the granting of any special rights resulting into a monopoly. The value ratio of goods and services produced by aggregate of foreign investments does not exceed 25% in each economic sector, and in each economic branch shall not exceed 35%. FIPPA will be applicable based on the nationality of the foreign capital as opposed to the investor, as long as the capital comes from foreign sources. Anyone importing it will be eligible for FIPPA protection, including Iranians residing in Iran or abroad. Starting in 2014, foreign investors who establish production lines in Iran and export 30% of their products will be entitled to tax exemptions.